you're absolutely right when you're saying that you were most probably not prepared, because I think we understood what was coming. We could see the writing on the wall, like actually the ceasefire would end and status quo will not continue. Something would happen. And then we know that the access to Gaza had been limited for quite some time. But there is also, I think, due reasons to look into the way also the international press was preparing itself for what was actually happening in Gaza. Then I think you have a very valid point that, okay, Gaza is special, very, very special. But, we should remember Sri Lanka. Look at Somalia. How many journalists, international journalists, are actually entering Somalia, reporting on what's happening there. And how many international journalists are entering the southern parts of Afghanistan and reporting on what's going on there? Not many. That's another kind of a challenge, but it's also kind of a challenge we have to prepare for, because that's also part of journalists' response to war. Then, of course, I have to do some self-promotion on behalf of the minister. So let me just, and as an historian, of course, if we want to prevent what has happened before, we have to learn from history. And when we went to the Security Council on the 9th of January for the first discussion on the war in Gaza, and where we were trying to work for a ceasefire that eventually was successful, my minister was the only one of all the ministers talking in that session that actually mentioned the lack of access for journalists. He said it was unacceptable and regrettable. And after that intervention, a lot of international journalists came to him and thanked him and said, "We were very pleased to hear you, but we were sorry that not also others mentioned the same." With Bernard Kouchner, the French foreign minister, that we needed to follow up on this. And we agreed on of the Security Council that there should be a special session discussing international humanitarian law and the consequences of that related to the experiences in Gaza. That will not